Good morning and welcome to the Money Matrix. I am Dion Pouncil.
And I'm Dominique Broadway. Welcome to another very exciting and live day in Miami, in the markets. Please also do not forget that investing and trading should happen at your own risk. So please do your own research before making any trading or investing decisions.
Yeah, so as Dominique mentioned, today is a very special and exciting day. We are here live in Miami with the live studio audience. So shout out to everybody for coming from all over the country. So we'll give everybody a welcome and shout out to the team for making this, come to life. Our first remote session. It has been a difficult week with technical difficulties, but thank you all for your patience and getting this thing figured out. So since time is of the essence, we're about 8 minutes from the market, we'll just hop right into our global market news. Kicking it off, the Asian Dow was down 1.76%. The Nikkei 225 being down 2.66%. The Hang Seng Index down 0.99%. The Shanghai Index down 0.29%. The Sensex Index up 0.83%. And the Singapore Index down 0.35%.
All right. Heading over into our U.S. equities. First up, the Dow is currently up 0.06%. The S&P 500 is down 0.22%. The NASDAQ is down 0.52%. The VIX is up 3.50%. Gold is down 0.17% and oil is down 0.76%.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting to see how the markets are today with the VIX being up even more, especially the markets have been red all week. They've been red basically since the beginning of Q2. And for the last 4 days, they've shown a very interesting pattern where there is some breakouts to the upside and then the market just absolutely tanks mid-session. So multiple different reasons each day, but it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out, especially with the bombings that happened last night as well. Okay. Some bombings between Israel and Iran. All right. Looking over into the futures market, the Dow Jones futures are relatively flat, up about 0.03%. The S&P 500 is down 0.10%. The NASDAQ futures are down 0.35%. Gold is down 0.26%. Silver is down 0.25%. And crude oil is down 0.8%. All right. Hopping right over into the Forex markets. The euro is up, 0.23%. The Japanese yen is down 0.04%. The Great British Pound is up 0.18%. The Australian dollar is down 0.02%. The DXY index is down 0.12%. And the Wall Street Journal dollar index is down 0.13%.
All right, heading over into the world of crypto. So currently, Bitcoin is up 1.79%, approaching that $64,000 price point. Ethereum is also up 0.66%. XRP is down 0.69%. Bitcoin Cash is also down 1.40%. Litecoin is up 0.23%, and Monero is also down 0.44%.
Yeah, another thing to keep our eye on, we're approaching the Bitcoin halving event. They're expected for it to happen tomorrow. We talked about this earlier about just the technical thing about it. It can happen is basically when the next 120,000 blocks are filled, and so I think
could be today or tomorrow or Sunday.
So there's somewhere in between like 115, 120,000. When it hits 120,000, then that's when the actual halving will trigger. Now, Bitcoin did fall below $60,000 this week. As late as yesterday. It is bouncing up right now at 64,000, but it will be interesting to see how everything corresponds to the halving event this weekend, if it actually happens this weekend, which it really should. And a lot of people have been selling the news. I think it's a lot of pressure from the miners because the amount of money and energy it costs to mine Bitcoin will be eating into their costs since it's going to be limited supply. So we'll take a look at that. All right, hopping over to the charts. We got about 4 minutes. Okay, real quick, we'll hop into the futures. Nope, that's not the one I want. There we go. All right. So real quick, we'll just look at the 1 day and the 1 hour. We can see that the NASDAQ has been trending down since April 15th and really a sell-off since Tuesday, April 2nd, which was that first trading day of the quarter. On the 1 hour, it is green, so potentially buy-side bias at the open and probably another sell-off with the day being down and the VIX being up, okay? Hopping into the 10 years on the 1 day for the 10-year treasuries, they have been selling off since April 1st as well. And then the 1 hour is also in a sell. So we're going to be sell side bias on the interest rates at the open, which means, you know, there's a high probability that the open is a little bit green on the interest rates. Metals, on the 1 day looking at gold, gold has been trending up since March 26th, and it has been trending down on the 1 hour since last night at 11 o'clock. So sell side bias on gold at the open and potentially buying at the latter half of the day. And on the 1 day, oil has been in a sell-off since April 15th, right around when these wars and bombings really kind of started to escalate. And then on the 1 hour, it also is in a sell. So we're going to be sell side bias on the oil today. Looks like throughout the day, sell side bias on the interest rates, buy side bias for metals and equities at the open.
All right. So we're about to sell side bias. Okay. So we're about 2 minutes away. Let's hop over to my screen. Wanted to do some quick eyeballs on a few of the stocks that have released their earnings between yesterday and today and some this week. So let's start with United Airlines. We have about a minute and a half. So United Airlines, I know we were, some of our mastermind students, we came in yesterday. We were kind of playing around doing some United Airlines trades. Ms. Brenda, you should be happy you got out because it is down 25 cents this morning, which is great. We were able to take those profits yesterday. We currently do have a buy call on United Airlines at the 1 minute chart. So just kind of getting closer to that opening bell. Obviously, all this can change as soon as the market opens. So take some of this information with a grain of salt. But yes, currently a buy call on the 1 minute chart. United Airlines is currently down 25 cents. Next up is American Airlines. So American Airlines released their earnings American Express released their earnings this morning. And so they are currently up about 30 cents. We did just receive a buy put on them as well. But they are currently up 30 cents. I thought they would have moved a little bit more from their earnings, all right? And we have a buy put signal that just came through for them on the 1 minute chart. And as Dion said, equities are probably going to be selling off at the open, so this makes sense. Last but not least is Netflix. Excuse me, Netflix, as y'all know, released their earnings yesterday, and woo, Lord, that thing fell. At first, it fell for like $17. I'm like, oh, maybe it'll bounce back. No, it did not. It just kept falling. It just fell. We were like, wow, okay. It fell $17. We're like, oh, it's about to bounce back. And then it was like, it did not. So now it's currently down about $44. The market just opened. We also just got a fresh buy put on Netflix. So it may continue to fall. We'll see if that continues. Now it's actually down about $47, $48, as you guys can see. And now the market's open. I'm going to pass it back over to you. Yeah, it's falling. So buy put on the Netflix side, for sure. Well, he said everything going to fall, which is looking pretty accurate right now. All right.
Okay, so it seems as though we took an initial trade at the open on the futures, got stopped out for $95. I guess the algo had adjusted, and okay, now we're in another trade. So now we are buying the NASDAQ. We can see the algo just got into
What? Buying?
I said buy side on the equities at the open, and potentially selling throughout the day. But it's probably going to be a lot of activity on the, and we got stopped out right there.
It's a struggle. Yeah, it ain't really.
Just got stopped out on the, so it probably took sell side trade on that first half and then just got into the buy. Okay, yes. So I was saying buy side at the open. On the equities and probably selling for the majority of the day. A lot of selling pressure. So what I mentioned to the mastermind group yesterday, and I said this briefly before we lost service or whatever we lost on Tuesday when the show just
Internet,
went crazy.
Service, everything broke.
So one of the things about when the market is selling off in red, hey baby, well, a lot of people begin to panic when the markets are selling off, right? You have the news talking about things are going crazy. Just got into another trade here on the NASDAQ. No, it's not. It's on the buy side. It's trying to push back up. But one of the things is that a lot of people have to understand the difference between investing and trading, right? So investing is bigger picture long term, right? Buy and hold, and trading is shorter term. Trading is, anything 1 year or shorter, okay? So with that being said, most people's investment portfolios right now, their long-term buy and holds are getting hit right now. They're down a good amount because the market has been selling off, okay? Now you can look at this, the stop loss just adjusted, so we will get at least 20 or so ticks out of this in futures trade. But what you have to understand is, first of all, when you set that mindset to say, okay, there's a difference between my investment portfolio and my trading, if I actually trade. If I'm looking at investing, I'm really just looking at playing for forever. I'm looking at dollar cost averaging, and I'm looking at gaining some quality positions over time. Are there going to be some dips? Yes, but I'm looking at the longer trajectory of what this stock portfolio is going to be, and that's why we also talk about only investing into top, high quality, blue chip-esque stocks, right? So that will give you an opportunity to be a little bit more confident on your long-term investment portfolio. With that being said, you can protect a lot of that long-term portfolio, one, through diversification, two, through investing, through active trading, okay? So what you see us doing on this show is we are investing, which is our 2024 watch list that we give out for free on the Discord. That is meaning everything on there we have bought and we're not even worrying about it because we're doing it for at least 1 year or longer. And it's not to say we're not worrying about it, that it might not go down, but it's like one dip in a week or in a year is not necessarily what we're evaluating for a 5, 10, 30, 50 year portfolio. Then when it comes to trading, we have our specific risk management principles that we teach in the Wall Street Academy and go from there. So yes, there may be some losing in some of your investment positions. They may be down, but those are what's known as paper losses or unrealized losses. So the losses in your investment portfolio that you see on the screen are not real or realized unless you sell them. And so what happens is in these times, people who are not necessarily familiar with it, or they just letting somebody else manage their money, or they just paying attention to the news, they may panic and they may sell off their positions. And then now that loss is realized and you've actually made that sale. And then what happens is a lot of the wealthy ultra net worth millionaires and billionaires, they look at the market as on sale because they're playing for forever, and they will then just go in and buy up all of these companies for the low, okay? So right now we are in a sell-off, and I'm going to do a special look at how we can make money on these downside turns today for the live lunch and learn. So we're going to talk about that in depth of how you can make money on the downside as these, even in the stock world, tanks. Okay, so we'll do that live and in person for the workshop here for the lunch and learn. And then today, if the market closes below a specific average, then I'm also going to do a special pop-up webinar at some point next week specifically for the Wall Street Academy students. So if you are in Wall Street Academy, let's say by Sunday, Monday, or the cutoff, I will do a special how to make money and or protect your profits during these downturn events, okay? And we can see that the algo is trading in the sell side of the NASDAQ and currently up a couple $100, okay? While I was just going on that tangent, but wanted to give that kind of comfort and security to the newbies who may be coming in and maybe seeing a lot of red on their portfolios or even on some of the positions in our watch list and have to understand the difference between investing and trading, what we do on the show, and how we are building an entire portfolio to play for forever. Okay.
And even most of these stocks that are down now or down this week are still, because they've been up so much this year, it's still not that they're not like super negative from earlier this year. We talked about the watch list. So just wanted to highlight real quick. I'm not sure if anyone is in American Express. It just like shot up at the market open. It's currently up about $7. Anybody in Amex on the call side? No? Okay, we're all missing out. All right,
Amex might be the only joint making money.
It's busting right now. I was like, well, go ahead, Amex. Apparently, their Q1 has been triggered by young people and people traveling. And so they are up very, very nicely. Just wanted to highlight another one that is up, and the very few that are up is Novo Nordisk as well. It's got a notification that some of my calls are up nicely. So they were up about $1 so far. This morning. Now they're only up about 84 cents. Everything else looks pretty red, though. That's why I was pretty surprised to see Amex. But obviously, as y'all know, they just released their earnings. But that would be a fun one to keep our eyeballs on. Everybody else looking sad. SMCI, bless his heart, it's around $75. You might have a put on SMCI? No. Okay. But that would be very profitable. Also, we got to give a quick shout out to the people in the chat.
Yes.
Because they not here. Maybe so. Maybe they are here. Some of y'all in the chat. Y'all chatting?
No, they're like, we here live. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely. Shout out to everybody watching the show and tuning in. Let us know where you all are tuning in from. Okay, the futures trade did just get stopped out for $500. So that is I think that was like the third trade of the day on the NASDAQ. Just got stopped out for $500. Shout out to the algo. Okay, now on the stock side, let's walk through the watch list and kind of talk about some of the things that I was mentioning earlier about looking at things from an investment standpoint. So this Money Matrix stock watch list is our 2024 pick, that we gave out at the beginning of the year, January 1st, January 2nd. Then we also showed the Q1 performance of it and how collectively it was up 21% year to date at the end of Q1, right? Now, if we look at all of these, we can see that most of them have been trending down since around April 1st. So we're going to look at the one-day chart, right? And we're going to look, and we're just going to walk through the watch list and see if we have some opportunities on the 1 day and or the 2 hour. I'm going to look at the 2 hour today instead of the 1 hour because we're going in, one, because we're going to be going into the weekend, but two, because the market for the last 4 days have been so volatile that it'll be up for half of the session and down for the rest of the session. So I want to look at the 2 hour instead of the 1 hour today. But, and if we have some alignment, then I'll potentially get into the trade. If not, again, I'm not pressed. But if it closes below some of these things today, we might be able to make a good amount of money on these sell sides over the next couple of days and or weeks, okay? All right, so Apple on the 1 day chart is down. And the 2 hour is also down, right? So now that I have alignment on those two, now I can step into some shorter time frames and see if there's an area for me to get in to potentially sell and on this. Now, this is a trade, okay? So I'm long on Apple because it's on my watch list. It's in my investment portfolio. For my investing hat, I am long on Apple 1, 3, 5, 10, 30 years, right? I believe Apple's going to be around for a long time. It's a quality company. They got trillions of dollars. So my investment portfolio for Apple is currently down, but I can go in here and make some money on the short term, potentially, off of Apple being down. So I'm going to step down to the 1 hour. It's also in a sell. The 15-minute also just got a sell at 9:30 at the opening bell. Okay, the 5 minute is in a sell, the 3 minute is in a sell, and then the 1 minute is currently getting some buy side pressure. So what I can do is I can wait until the 1 minute flips and goes red, which there it is, okay? And then I can look to get into a sell side trade on Apple, right? Let's say, and this same approach, it doesn't matter if you're doing 1 share, 10 share, 100 share, 1,000 shares, whatever is within your risk portfolio, because trading and investing is personal. And then also I want to make sure that my stop loss is set at, at least 5%, right? So let's say I want to do Apple is $166, right? It did just get a buy signal on the new 1 minute. So I'll wait and talk through this a little bit.
Who, Apple?
Yeah, on the 1 minute chart though. So
that makes you say that.
She be ready for some buying on Apple. But yes, so if I want to sell one share, right? When you're selling stock, you either need to own that stock or you have to borrow it. And the borrowing is done automatically through the exchange. Okay, so you click sell. Hey, I want to sell one share. So the exchange is going to borrow a share from somebody that owns it. So look, if we would have got into that sale right here at 165.92, we will already be down 30 cents. This is why patience, self-control, and discipline comes in as well, because I want to be profitable as soon or sooner rather than later, right? So I can wait. Yes, the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 4 hour, all that was red, right? But once I get into it, immediately time is starting to tick, right? So this is where I can say, okay, I can just sit here and wait for the 1 minute chart to go red. And then once I do get a sell signal, that's telling me it's a high probability that it's about to go down and I would have a better entry location. It's the same thing for options, right? If you have the options algo or you have an option signal that you follow or, technical analysis, fundamental analysis, you still want to wait until the signal is saying, okay, now is the time to get in, okay? Shout out to my mom who just walked in. Hey, Mom. Okay. And Dominique's dad is here in the back. So we got a little bit of family in the room, okay? And our babies are here too, and they're quiet, so praise the Lord. Okay, so, and we're gonna walk through we're gonna walk through every single one on the watch list just like this to show how we can make money, whether the market is going up or going down, okay? And so we now start to see some selling pressure coming in. It came up here to this VWAP, and it got some selling pressure at 166.15 and is now already down to 165.93, so about 23 cents. So now at 9:44, we may potentially get a sales signal, and then I just said it was quiet. And at 9:45, we may get a sales signal. And when we get a sales signal, then we could potentially get in. Now, it doesn't mean that we're going to win immediately. It doesn't mean that it's going to go in our favor. Nothing's guaranteed, but we're giving ourselves a higher probability chance. And if we would have got in at 165.91 versus 166, and we're selling, that means that we have a better entry point, right? So if I'm selling one share, yes, it only moving 1 cent at a time, but I'll still take 1 cent. But if I'm doing 10 shares, 100 shares, or 1,000 shares, that starts to add up real quick, right? So we want to allow every single decision to be data-driven down to, the closest minute or second that we can, okay? And so the 944 bar has started. The 943 bar closed pretty much red, right? And so this attention to detail will also help everybody, but especially the newbies, because I know once you get in here, you start seeing all this money, you start getting the trigger finger, your palms start itching, you like, man, I can make all this money back okay, so we just got a sale, so now we'll enter. So I can go 1 share or 10 shares, right? Whatever it is, my stop loss is set, and now I sell. So now my entry point, okay, was at 165.75. Now, that's because I did a market order. I could also do a limit order that could have said, hey, specifically get me in at 165.92 or not, or don't, right? So if I'd have got in at 165.92, then I would probably be up 20 cents. But I just hit the market order because I wanted to get filled and move on to the next one, okay? So right now we did 100 shares, so now it's 100 times a penny, so every penny it goes is going to be $1 move, okay? And so we're now down $11. But we can see that now at least all of the time frames from 1 minute all the way to 1 week are in the sale. Let's look at the 1 month for Apple. And 1 month is also in the sale. So it's showing we have a very high probability of being on the right side of the trend Apple has been trending down for the last 3 months from 186, and now we're at 165. So it's been trending down. The algorithm called a sell signal at 186. If we would have got in on February 1st when this signal came in, we would be up 20. This got in at 186. We would be up $31 a share, right? So we see I just did 100 shares, and at 100 shares for 11-cent move, we were down $11. So imagine if we were up 100 shares times $31 a piece, right? You would be up substantially. You'd be up at least around about $30,000. Okay, so in that regard, the trend is your friend. You want to say something or go over anything specific? I'm just walking down the watch list. Let's see if we got any other. No, that was just Apple. We just got into one trade. All right, and we are live.
But you went through the list.
Yeah, no, I didn't go through the whole list. I went through Apple through their time frames. Okay, and on the futures, we did make another $100 while I was talking with the algos, and then now we are buying crude oil, and we're up $190 as well. So we're up $830 so far this morning on the algos.
So not a lot. It looks like multiple things are okay. All right. I was making coffee. NASDAQ went up. Gotcha. Okay. So United Airlines is back up. All right. We don't have to worry about fear of no FOMO here, but just FYI, it is currently up about 60, 70 cents. Novo Nordisk is doing very well today. It's up $1.45. And then I think that Amex is still moving pretty slightly. Even SMCI seems to be trying to turn around a little bit. It was down 75. Now it's only down 69. I'm trying to think any other major movers here. We had some other people announce their earnings. I have to pull up the earnings chart.
Okay. The NASDAQ did just enter into a sell signal. So we're now selling the NASDAQ on the futures. And we're buying crude oil. The algorithm just got into a sell on the NASDAQ. So it rode the NASDAQ up for $600, $640, and realized that. And now it's selling, and it's profitable on the sell side as well, right? So, and now it just locked, the algo just locked in some profits. So we cannot lose in this trade. The worst we will make is $100. And we just got stopped out for $100. So now we up 735. Okay, so this is also showing newbies, again, you can make money investing, you can make, we'll look at it on the 1 hour, but we just got into this trade, what was it, 3 minutes ago? And we're up $25. Now, that just was 100 shares. So if you did a 1 share, you would be up 25 cents. If you did 10 shares, you would be up $2.50. For 100 shares, we're currently up $25. If you did 1,000 shares, you would be up $250. If you did 10,000 shares, you would be up $2,500. Same principle. This is why we always say that trading and investing is personal, because different people have different investment amounts, different risk portfolios, different stomachs and hearts, right? Because sometimes you get in there, your heart start beating fast if you're relatively new, right? Your stomach be folding. You're like, Lord, this is nervous, right? But as you put in that time and practice.
When I trade futures.
Yes.
Dominique, you're only up $11. I'm like, I'm freaking out. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to just highlight really quickly
a
news or just came out. Bank of America Securities just raised Netflix's price target to $700. So that a lot of times, you know, will make the stock go up. And Netflix is already down $48 today. $49 is down 50, a lot. But as y'all know, this is, I like to call these temporary drops because it's just based off the earnings. So the fact that we literally just got a price target increase to $700, it's down $50 today. What would you do with that information?
Get out of my put.
Yes. Get out of your put, take your little profits, and go ahead and start riding this up. Very good. Very good. But we did also just got a buy call. So literally, as I was saying it, then the chart started to reflect. Now we have additional data outside of just fundamental analysis. Now we have some data that's also saying buy. This is what the chart's saying. That is not a recommendation, but that is what the chart's saying. You see, we have that buy call. So I don't know if it's going to shoot up. I don't know, but it looks like there's a little bit of upside potential there. So even now, as I was talking, like it's already gone up technically about $3 or so.
Ninja Trader?
Right.
Or the video joint? Okay.
You know how to do that?
No. Okay. So with that, okay. Here.
But yeah, just wanted to highlight that. Like I said, it looks like Netflix may start to
Okay.
what? Okay. Netflix may, but you talking all loud. Netflix may start to rebound a little bit there. So could be a nice opportunity for us to ride the little drop that it had. Okay. Just wanted to point that out. Now we got to buy put. It's consolidating. Netflix is gonna go back up. Long story short. I don't know if it'll be today, but it's definitely going to go back up for sure. It always does.
It's a high probability.
High probability that it's definitely gonna go back up.
Lord. Okay. So let's look into the chat. If you are tuning in from YouTube, y'all see we having a lot of fun here in the live session. But if you have any stocks, bonds, options, futures, forex, or crypto you want us to take a look at here in real time with our algos, please drop them in the chat. I'm not sure if my computer is doing what it needs to do in a second. But with that being said, yes, drop them in. We'll do some real-time analysis. Can you see my screen now or no? Got it? Cool. Okay, so
let's take good morning to some of the people though real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Yahan, she said she was here. And Jeffrey, good morning, Will, Miss T. Who else? We got Alexandra coming in, she's in Germany.
Hey.
Miss Wilson likes my hair. Thank you. Good morning, Val. Good morning, Vanessa. Vanessa, are you here? Oh, okay. I'm like, you said you was gonna be here. Good morning, girl. So Vanessa's in the chat, but she's also here in person as well. So yeah, just want to send a shout out to all of y'all. Who else in the chat that's also here right now? What's your name? Cindy. Okay. I don't see you in here right now. But okay, you here. So that's all that matters. All right.
Okay, so
you're good there.
Yeah, we're good. So we'll continue to walk down and watch this. We'll do the same thing. So right now,
Netflix. I just want to say, if anyone got into the Netflix a minute ago when I said the buy call, it was down $50. Now it's only down 42. So you'd be up $8 per whatever you got. FYI.
Okay, so the Apple trade, we're up $41 on that. So now we would ride this ride. Right now we're in the trend. So we would literally ride this ride as long as it's going to pay us, adjusting the stop loss. Once you hit certain profit targets and stuff like that. All right, we're going to do the same thing at AMD. AMD, the 1 day is in a sale.
Look at it go.
The 2 hour is also in a sale. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing I just did with Apple. I'm going to step down to make sure we got alignment. The 1 hour is in a sale. The 15-minute is in a sale. 5-minute is in a buy. The 3-minute is in a buy. And the 1 minute is in a buy. So although I'm going to be sell side bias on AMD for today because the 2 hour and the 1 day are in a sale, what am I going to do right now though? I'm going to wait because the shorter time frames are in a buy right now. So I could just skip that and come back, put it on my notes to come back and wait for a sell side. So I'll go sell here, buy here. And I'll add a short list and I'll add AMD to my short sale list, right? And I'll wait and I'll just go to Amazon. And this is where, again, patience, self-control, and discipline come in. I don't have to trade it just because I got the money available or just because I seen, some alignment on the longer time frame. Those are great. Now I can put that on my short list and then wait for a better opportunity for me to get in. Because if I'm making my decision off the 1 hour and the 2 hour and the 1 day, et cetera, but the shorter time frames are going in the opposite direction, that means that I will be losing until it turned around. I don't know about y'all, but I don't like losing. So even though I know it's part of the game, I want to put myself in a position to start making money as soon as possible rather than, I could just wait it out or, I'll move my stop loss, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to do that. All right, so Amazon, 1 day is in a sale. 2 hour is in a sale. 1 hour is in a sale, okay? So 15-minute is in a sale. 5-minute is in a sale. 3-minute is in a buy. The 1 minute is in a buy. I'm going to wait. Now, I do see some selling pressure coming in on Amazon and hit that first standard deviation above the VWAP, and I can see, okay, it's probably getting ready. So I'm going to shortlist Amazon for a sale. I'll come back to it, right? 𝐷𝐸, we're already in a position, so I'm looking for new positions right now. All right, BlackRock is in a sale on the 1 day. The 2-hour is in a sell. So now I'm sell side biased because those two are in alignment, right? 1 hour is in a sell. 15 minutes in a buy. 5 minutes is in a buy. 3 minutes is in a buy. 1 minute is in a buy. So I'm going to chill on BlackRock, but I can shortlist it, right? And then I'll come back, right? Bitcoin, we made a lot of money off of the Bitcoin short earlier this week. If anybody got into that trade when I called it out on Monday, we rode this ride down. Okay. Actually, no, we got in there on Friday. We did there on Friday. Okay. We rode that ride down and got paid nicely off of that. So the 1 day on Bitcoin is down on the Bitcoin ETF Invesco. 2 hour is up. So no alignment. So if I don't have alignment from them two, I already just go ahead and skip it. So now I'm not even wasting my time going down to shorter time frames because there's no alignment right there, which means that the data ain't data in for me, okay? All right, so then I just go ahead and skip. Google, on the sell, we're already in a sell side trade on Google, so if I get some alignment, I might add to that sell actually, okay? 2 hours also in a sell. 1 hour is in a sell. 15 minutes in the sell. 5 minutes in the sell. 3 minutes is in a buy. The 1 minute is in a buy. So I can shortlist Google for a potential add-on to that sale. And I can see, you guys now starting to see how the data is telling me. And I did the same thing with Apple. We step up with Apple, we're up $30 right now. And again, that could be $30, $300, $3,000, $30,000. It's the same approach. All right, IBM, I'll do a couple more and then hand it back over to you, baby. All right, IBM, and this is an approach for day trading. If I'm looking for swing trading, I'm going to probably start at the 1 week and work down. I want the 1 week, the 1 day, and the 2 hour in alignment. Okay, IBM in a sell. We definitely getting crushed on IBM, but it hadn't hit the 5% rule, so we Gucci. Okay, and 2 hours. So that's mixed. Oh, no. Was it? They both for sale. Yeah, okay. 1 hour, 15 minutes in the buy. So don't have alignment there. Going to skip that. I will stop at Facebook, Meta. Okay. JP Morgan, the 1 day chart in a sell. 2 hour in the buy. I'm skipping that. Cruise. 1 day is in a sell. 2 hours in a sell. 1 hour is in a sell. 15 minutes in a sell. 5 minutes in a sell. 3 minutes is in a sell. 1 minute is in a sell. Okay, so now I can go ahead and now I can actively look to get into this cruise trade. Now, if I want to do a market order, which I typically do if I want to get filled, but that's kind of like a futures habit because the stocks move slower. I put my stop loss on there. Now I can sell, right, with a high probability that I'm going to go profitable. If I sell, I just sold at 28.74. Okay, the other way I can get in that sell, if I could do a limit order, is I could say, hey, I specifically want to get in at this price. If it does not give me this price, I don't want to get in. Okay, that's the difference between a limit order and a market order. All right, now going on Lockheed Martin. Yeah, it makes sense. Lockheed Martin about to start busting because of this war. We're already long on Lockheed Martin, so looking for some new positions. Meta, we're already long on Meta. And Microsoft, we're already short on Microsoft. Okay, so we're in a Microsoft short. We're up $400. I'll go ahead and adjust that stop loss, and let's lock in $300 of profit. So now, worst case scenario in this trade, I got $299 locked in here. So that's the worst I can make in that trade. It's $299, and it's selling off. I could just continue to ride that ride down and let it pay me as long as it falls. But the worst case I'll make is, $300. Okay? All right. So the future's been trading. We made another $500 or $300 since I've been talking. We're up $935 realized. So this is a good example about what's realized versus unrealized. Unrealized means I'm still in the trade. So I'm down $240 in this crude oil trade, but I've realized I've taken $935 of real money out of the market already, okay? And then we just got into a buy-side trade on the NASDAQ, and it might be getting ready to get stopped out potentially. But that's the difference between realized and unrealized. So the same thing I was talking about earlier in your investment in your stock portfolio. if it's unrealized, it's not real yet. So if you sell it, then you lock in a loss or a profit. So if your investment portfolio is down right now, if you're long on it, it's okay as long as you have the money in there or the margin in there to hold it through. Because if you sell it right now because the market is red or you panic or you can't hold it, see, now we were just realized 935, but we lost that trade. So that stop loss got stopped out and it made the loss real. It realized it. So 935 minus the 685, right? So we just lost $250, okay? Realized lost. All right, go ahead, love.
Okay. So Miss Trudy wanted to take a look at Tesla for a swing. Before we do that, just wanted to just highlight that, as you can see, Netflix did go up really nicely from that buy call signal from 562 to 575. So that was a nice little quick run up in the past, like, what, 5 minutes or so. Phyllis, did you get out of your put? Okay, good. Good. At least you got some profit?
Well, I did before it turned around, but I didn't get
Okay. All right, that's okay. Did anyone get into any Netflix calls? No, everybody was scared. But you did see that it did go and you could have made money? Okay, I want to just make sure you can see that signal, that hint was like, let me give you a hint, buy Netflix. Okay. So let's take a quick look at Tesla for us here for Miss Trudy. And then if you guys have anything you want us to look at, let us know as well, okay? So she's looking at a swing, obviously keeping in mind, Trudy, that it is Friday, right? So if you want to do something with Tesla, I would do probably more of a day trade with it. And then if you want to swing on Monday, but you don't have to swing over the weekend. But currently for Tesla on the 1 minute chart, we are in a buy put. Now Tesla is currently down $1.63 today. It was up. Is that today? Yep. It was actually up to about $150.96. Currently it's at 148.48. And so on the 1 minute chart, we are in the buy put. Same thing with the 3 and the 5 and the 15 is still in the call, but it's turning into a put. So basically all the short time frames are saying buy put. So I would say if you wanted to do anything with it today, you probably want to be on the put side, Trudy, okay? On that day chart, Tesla's also in a buy put. And y'all know Tesla been struggling this week. They did announce that they were laying off like 14,000 people or so this week. And so I think that might have been the one day where the market may have went up just a little bit, but it's definitely been a rough week. So if I was to be in anything with Tesla, it probably definitely would be on the put side. Yeah. Okay. You guys have anything else that you want to look at, talk about, analyze that are in the room or in the virtual?
That's probably going.
That's all they sold was 4,000, right? That's all of them. that's all that's out there. That's crazy.
And it's definitely selling off.
Yeah.
She wants you to look at Netflix.
I do know the news shot it up.
Yeah.
But based on the probability of where it is and where the VWAP is,
Now it's going back down.
it should, statistically, high probability that it will go back to the chart.
So where are you looking at? Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix.
Okay.
Where you?
So let's go to Netflix and let's walk down. Right now, I do have a long position in Netflix for 10 shares. All right, so let's talk about Netflix for a second, okay?
I see where it is. It's at that first standard deviation.
Yeah, so on Netflix, we look at the 1 month chart, right? Netflix on the 1 month chart has been trending up since October of 2022, which makes sense because that was, right around the Rona, and they started to announce their subscribers and all that. It was at $1.48, and now it's at $5.70. So shout out to that call from the algo. On the 1 week, okay, so this also allows for a bigger picture view, right? So If we scroll out on Netflix,
In the week chart.
right, this is the 1 month chart. So we can see, and Netflix went public, you know, in around that initial tech bubble in 2002. It struggled a little bit, had its initial takeoff in 2016, and then another jump in 2020, makes sense with the Rona, and then it tanked in February 2022 from right around its all-time high to 196-ish, where it got that buy side. So right now,
Definitely we're having some subscriber struggles or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So right now, Netflix is in a move looking to fill that gap from its all-time high. Okay. So it's currently trading at 572. The all-time high is around 646. Okay. So if you're long on Netflix and you believe that it will go back to its all-time high and surpass that, then this may be a good entry point for an investment or a leap, right?
And you
from
also,
a bigger picture long-term
you also
standpoint.
just said their all-time high was 640.
646.
646.
Right?
And then remember, Bank of America just raised their price target to 700.
Right.
So they're basically saying it's not just going to get back; it's
It
going to
might go
actually
over it.
exceed. Is what
So
they're
if you have your
saying.
investing hat on and you're looking to invest in Netflix, this may be a good area where you can let it bottom out and show some quality support and get into it from an investment standpoint or a leap standpoint for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, or longer. Okay?
And then we also just got another buy call on it. So it looks like that first standard deviation might be like a little bit of a line of support for it.
Great.
So
if you
going back
step
up some
down
more.
to the 1 week, so now if you're looking to trade it, anything under a year, everybody, is a trade. So you have to take your investment hat off, your investment analysis hat off, your investment strategy, your investment signal. You have to take that hat off and put it to the side and say, hey, I want to trade Netflix for whatever reason, because you got a gut feeling, you heard somebody tell you, you did your own analysis, you got a signal, whatever reason you want to
you
trade
like
it.
Bridgerton?
Oh, whatever reason you want to trade it, right? Then you say, okay, from a trading standpoint, what's a high probability trade? Now, the 1 week did just get a sell signal on April 15th, on this past Monday. When that sell signal came in at 623, it's been tanking. Shout out to the algo, right? So if you got into this Monday or last Friday, and let's say you got into it on the sell side trade, you would be profitable right now. Okay, and then it's also tanked on that news. So if I go on the 1 day, then I can see, wow, it's been tanking since April 15th, but on today's earner report news, it literally fell from 615 to 569. So that's $45, right? That's a hell of a fall right there. Now, you could say Netflix is going back up. It's a high probability that Netflix will go back up at some point. But right now, the 1 week is in a sale. The 1 day is in a sale.
But it also had earnings.
The 2 hour is in a sale. The 1 hour is in a sale. The 15-minute is in a sale. The 5-minute just got a buy, okay? So you can say, okay, maybe now this may be the potential bottom. They held some support, second standard deviation on the 5-minute chart at 557, right? The second standard deviation on the 15-minute is 565. They held it there as well. On the 1 hour chart, I'm not sure why the VWAP and standard deviation is not showing on there, but okay, we'll see where that is. But right now on the 5-minute and 15, the 5-minute is showing buy, so the 1 minute is in a sell. So yes, we do have some long-term buying for investing, right? And so you can say, okay, hey, if I'm looking to invest, I could wait for the next buy signal in the 1 minute and don't think about it for another year. On the trading right now, even though I'm might be buy-side bias in my mind, right now the data is clearly showing me sell. So I don't need to go in there with a sell, with a buy-side approach, or if I do, then what must I do? I must wait, right? If I'm just hell-bent on getting into a buy on Netflix for whatever reason, wait until you got alignment, or wait till you have a signal to say it has shown some quality support, because as of right now, it's down $45.
38.
Okay, $38, right? So
details matter.
yes.
But it was down like 50 something dollars, and technically you could have wrote it from that being down 50 to 30, which is that's almost $12.
Yes. So find, and we just got to buy on the 1 minute. So if you are saying that, hey, now I'm getting ready to get in and I want to buy some time, if you think, hey, Netflix is going to be up next 7, 14, 30, 60 days, then buy that time to be right. But you still want to pinpoint your entry to have some data-driven reasons to get in, okay? So hopefully that helps. All right?
Trudy said that Tesla has earnings next week, what she's saying.
Okay.
And then, is that Sly?
SLV.
Oh, SLV.
Yeah, you want to look at SLV?
I thought it said Sly. All right, so we'll look at SLV. We'll look at, Ms. Pauline wants to look at JPM. And then Seesaw wants to look, he said, or she, he, whatever, not sure. They said, I'm in a $50 call on eBay. So I think he means a $50. That's one company I never think about, eBay, like ever. That's not, anybody bought anything from eBay recently? No, like that used to be the spot back in the day. All right, so let's take a look at SLV. Actually, I'm already on JPM, so we'll take a look there. And then we'll look at SLV as well. So JPM, as you guys probably know, JP Morgan Chase, their earnings came out last Friday and they tanked, if I recall. Yeah, I can't remember why, but they definitely didn't they didn't go the way I thought they would go. But I think their earnings actually was still well. I think something with the outlook wasn't what investors wanted to hear. Currently on the JP Morgan Chase, they're trading around $182.18 or so. They're up about 91 cents today. We did just receive a buy put on them about 4 minutes ago, around 10:10 on the 1 minute chart. Okay, on the 3 minute chart, we're also in a fresh buy put. Same thing with the 5 minute chart. It's trying to turn around, but it hasn't started just yet. Okay, and then on the 15 minute, the hour, the 2 hour, the day are all pushing up. So the only thing, outside of the day chart. Okay, so as far as synergy, there's not a lot of synergy there at all. But currently on the 1 minute and the 3 and the day, they are all in a buy put. On the middle or intermediate time frames, they're all in a buy call. But it also looks like this may be the turnaround day for JPM potentially, based on that day chart, because this looks like this bar is trying to turn green because it is up today. So not a lot of synergy there, but it does look like in general, if you look at all the charts, it looks like it's down or starting to fall a little bit here. But it looks like overall it has the upside potential because right now it's really just bouncing back from the loss that it took last Friday. All right, so it looks like the longer time frames it's positioned to turn around. So that's JPM. Let's look at SLV. I'm actually not sure what that is. What's SLV? Silver dollar, nope. SLV. No, that's not it either. Hold on. Wait, what?
SLV, Silver Dollar Resource.
That's
you could
Canada,
also ask. Can you give us the name? Give us the name of the company to make sure we look at the right one for you, okay?
Yeah, because right now they're all, maybe she's in Canada, but they're all Canadian companies. So make sure it's the right one. And then, and then Seesaw is on eBay. Actually, let's take a look at eBay while we wait. Because it's a company we all forget about, all right? So, on the 1 minute, so eBay, so Seesaw's in a call on it, so a $50 strike price, so this is going well for them. It's currently up 82 cents on the 1 minute chart. We did just receive a buy call. Looks like it's been trending up all day today. And the 1, 3, 5, wow, 1, 3, 5. Let's look at the hour. And then the day. So Everything except the day is in a buy call. This might be the first day that it's trying to turn around, but it looks like he's on track, or they're on track to be profitable in eBay. Like I said, it's not something I follow really at all for eBay. Okay. Hey, Charlene, I'm here in the audience. Hey. Looking at short-term options on 𝑞𝐶. Oh. Okay. Ethel says the 𝐼Shares Trust. Oh, you know what? I was looking. I think I had my search on. Oh, United Airlines price target just got raised as well to $72. It just happened like an hour ago. Just FYI. So this is what I was doing wrong, why I couldn't find it. I had this, I didn't realize with my search, I had it on just stocks. So this is another thing too, make sure you guys, like sometimes you're searching like, oh, I can't find something. And I had it just on stocks. And this is a ETF. So if I'm searching SLV just for stocks, it's not gonna come up. But if I do all, or if I knew that it was a ETF, I would have just, searched for funds, but now it is coming up, okay? So let's take a quick look at that. Ethel is looking for a call. All right, so currently SLV on that 1 minute chart is trending up very nicely. We have that buy call. It's currently up about 18 cents and 18 cents, just cents. And then it has been trending up since this morning. The initial buy signal came through at 10:04. So if you entered then, or if you're waiting for me to find it, you may have missed out on a couple coins there. But on the 1 minute chart, we are in that buy call. I'm sure it's the same thing across the board, the 5, the 15, the hour, okay? And then in the day as well, we are in a buy call. So everything is literally every,
Sorry.
Take my computer with you. Every single chart is saying buy call for SLV 𝐼Shares Trust, FYI, for everyone. Too many letters. FYI, SLV, Okay. Yay. Okay. Boom. Okay. Cecil say yay. I may take profit. Cool. And then, okay, Miss Charlene, we're gonna look at.
So wait, on that real quick.
What?
Take profit for what?
This is.
Oh, no.
Seesaw.
I know.
Oh.
Maybe you could adjust your stop loss to lock in some profits, right? And then ride the ride for as long as it pays you. This is another thing we all have to learn as beginning traders, new traders. Like, we cut our winners too short sometimes as well because we so scared. Like, oh my God, I'm up $500. I've never been up $500 in a trade. Let me go ahead and get out and take my money. But when it's down $2,000, it's like, I'm just gonna give it a little bit more room.
Get more room.
It makes no sense. Like, why not let your wins ride too, right? You know what I'm saying?
You don't have to call me out like that.
Oh, stop it. So.
He's like, you're down 3,000. I'm just gonna let's just see if it can turn around.
Yeah,
let's
like
see if it turns around.
Have a data-driven reason to adjust your stop loss, lock in some profit. So you see, like on that Microsoft trade that we went to earlier, right? We were profitable. I think it was Microsoft. I'm not sure. It was one of these trades I adjusted the stop loss. Yeah. So on Microsoft, I'm up. Okay, so now we just. Huh?
You short Microsoft?
Yeah, we short Microsoft like last week.
I can't see nothing. All these like, right? I'm like, I can't see y'all.
And now we're up 436. So now, okay, I can say, ooh, let me go ahead and take my 436. But why? I'm on the right side of the trend. It's trending down. I'm already up $300. Let me click it, modify my order, and let me go lock in maybe another $50 of profit at 350. Okay, cool. Now I'm trailing about $100. If it continues to go down, I can continue to get paid. But now the worst case scenario in this trade, I make 350. But if it keeps going, I can keep making more money. But if I exit the trade because I want to take my profit, take my $500, then I'm done. And then it falls $100 more. Now you're sitting there with the boo-boo face like, man, I should have just kept that trade in, right? So it's data-driven reasons to get in, it's data-driven reasons to get out. But if you have profit, adjust your stop loss. I ain't never telling you not to take the stop loss off and all that, but adjust your stop loss in here. And we can see that I'm up 437 unrealized, but I have $350 protected. So the worst case, I make $350 in this trade. right? But I didn't just go in and take the 436, and then now I sit up and I look, and Microsoft be falling and falling and falling.
But that's also why you don't look, right? So if you do take your profits, you just call it a day. Don't keep looking. That's how you get that FOMO. For real, that's the easiest way. If you take your profits, don't be looking back. Go on. Go about your day. Go somewhere else. Like, don't think about it anymore. That's how you mess up, okay? Sit there like, you got out, you like, I'm gonna see what it's doing. Oh no, let me get back. No, go home, like go. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, so just wanted to call it out.
When I was first in the play, the first thing this morning, I was at 370 profit. A little voice in my head was like, you should get out. Instead, I should have just
Adjusted your stop loss.
And then when it went back up, I would have got out with a profit. But
Yes, yes. Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
no, that's good.
But yeah, I want to call that out because a lot of these things, and y'all hear us say a lot of the stuff all the time, same way. But as we mentioned yesterday and we was chilling, it's like hearing the stuff over and over and over. At some point, it is going to click, right? And so this is why we continue to say it. It's why we continue to, and y'all see, all we talk about is the same fundamental principles that everybody should follow, because you can't get all advanced without understanding the basic fundamental principles, right? At the end of the day, the entire market is supply and demand.
Yeah.
If it's not a lot of supply, the demand is going to be high. That's going to drive the price up. If it's a lot of supply and not everybody buying it, it's going to drive the price down, right? What's going on with oil right now, energy and gas prices? There's a war going on in the major countries that handle oil. Well, guess what? That's affecting the supply. So oil has been skyrocketing all year. That's it. Real simple. You don't need to know, all the extra stuff if you don't understand the basics. And the basics about taking profit is, if you got a winner, ride it until you can't ride it no more, right? In general. And then if you have a loser and it hits your stop loss, let it ride. It's okay. Stop out, tip your cap, go to the next one. It is what it is, but you will be able to live to fight another day, right? Okay.
Fight another day. Okay, so on the, Charlene wanted to do the 𝑄𝑄𝑄.
Okay.
She's here with us today. All right. So I'm looking at the 𝑄𝑄𝑄 right now. I'm actually in some 𝑄𝑄𝑄 calls that I should have let go a couple days ago, to be honest. But
Yeah, the NASDAQ is tanking right
I
now.
was like, oh my God, I forgot to get out of those. So right now I'm waiting. I'm doing what Dion says don't do. I'm actually waiting for it to turn around. Like, I'm just gonna see if it turns around, because at this point, it's already fallen so much. What do I have to lose at this point? Okay.
That's a good point too.
Oh Lord, we just chatting.
No. So I know a lot of people in here trade options, right? And we talked about this yesterday, but I just kind of want to bring it up now in front of everybody and on camera, because it's cool. Y'all get a lot of free game today. When you're trading options, okay, remember, yes, we talk about the 5% rule. The 5% rule is your overall available balance, right? Not risking more than 5% of your overall available balance. But once you get into an options trade, your premium, which is the amount that you're paying to get into it, your premium decision is second. Your 5% rule is first. So for an example, if I have, let's say I have $1,000 in my account that I'm open to trade, willing to trade, that's my account balance, 5% of $1,000 is $50. So that means that I should only be looking at trades where the premium is a maximum of $50. That means that the worst case scenario, the only thing that I can lose in this trade is $50, okay? Now, to break it down another step, once I decide what my premium amount is, then I need to decide, is this a tech or pharmaceutical company, or is it non-tech and non-pharmaceutical, okay? Because if it's a tech company or a pharmaceutical company, then I'm going to adjust my stop loss from my option position to be 50% of my premium, meaning I should never lose my whole premium. Okay, so I got 2 risk management principles put in there. The first one is I'm only risking 5% of my available cash balance. So that means I shouldn't blow through my whole account. Second, if it's a tech company, NVIDIA, or it's a pharmaceutical company, Novo Nordisk, then I'm risking 50% of that because they are more volatile and they need a little bit more room to move. So if I go and I spend $1,000 on an option for NVIDIA, that's the 5% rule. That means that I have at least 20 times that amount, right? Because 5 times 20 is 100. So if I risk $1,000, that means I can have risked that 20 times. That means I have $1,000 that I'm willing to pay for that premium. But does that mean that I've risked the entire premium? No. I should only risk 50% of the premium. So even though I'm paying $1,000 to get in the trade, I should immediately set my stop loss for $500. That means that I should only risk 50% of the premium for tech and pharmaceutical. If it's non-tech, let's say Coca-Cola, which is also non-pharmaceutical, then I should only risk 20%. So if I spent $1,000 on the option premium, I'm not actually risking $1,000. I'm only risking $200, okay? But because I paid $1,000 for it to get in, I may make more money when it moves because I risked more. But if I get in there and I 5%, 5%, and I'm only risking $15, then you're not really gonna make a lot of money because you only paid $15 for the premium, okay? So this reminder allows you to be able to buy more premium, which means you could potentially make more money, but you're still not risking your whole premium. So for those of you all who like, oh, I'm just gonna let it expire worthless, that means you didn't stick to the rule of the 50% or the 20%, now you done blown through the whole premium. And those 2 levels of risk management will allow you to be able to actually trade more and the ability to make more money because over time, you're actually risking less money, okay? So, and obviously you still need some money to start with. So you're risking what you can risk, right? Which is non-disposable or disposable income, right? So you got 3 risk management principles before you should get into any investment or trade that we've laid out in front of you in Wall Street Academy. You have only risking disposable income. That means it's not your rent money, it's not your bill money, it's not the baby pamper money, it's not the gas money you need to get to and from work. You could take the money out in the backyard, burn it, set it on fire, and it's not going to adjust your life. That's disposable income only. That's your first risk management principle. Your second risk management principle is never risking more than 5% of your available cash balance. And then your third risk management principle is a certain amount of risk per individual trade. If you are in stocks, bonds, futures, Forex, and crypto, you're also using the 5% rule on that individual trade. If you are using options and you're buying options, you're buying premium, then you use the 20% and the 50% rule. So it goes disposable income, overall 5% rule, and then if you're trading options, the 20% rule and the 50% rule. Okay, that's the level of risk. And you should know all of that before you click the button. If you don't know the answer to those questions before you click the button, you're not trading, you're not investing.
Gambling.
You are gambling.
Get the casino.
Okay, and we don't want that for you. All right, so this Disney short, I'm currently up $465. I have my stop loss that's protecting $200. So do I want to say, let me go in here and just take my $469, or can I just adjust the stop loss? Let's go ahead and lock in $350. All right, so now worst case scenario in this trade, I got $350 locked in, and I can continue to ride the ride for as long as it pays me, right? Especially with stock. Once they start trending and they start going to trend for a couple days or so, they might be in that direction for a while, right? But if I take this $500, then I potentially miss the whole move. Or I could just keep riding Disney down till I get stopped out, right? I could adjust it maybe every $100 or so. So if it goes up to 550, I'm gonna move my stop loss to 450 and I lock in $450. Okay? Instead of just taking it and getting out of the trade and potentially missing the whole trend. All right? You get paid off of when the market is trending in a certain direction. When it's just chopping and trading in a narrow range, you're not really making no money. So you don't want to miss the trend. Once it starts trending in your direction, you want to ride that ride. Okay? All right, shout out to everybody watching the live show, getting all the free game in here today because we in teaching mode, I guess, because we about to go into the workshop later here for the Lunch and Learn. Shout out to everybody that joined us for the workshop today here live in Miami. We've been looking forward to this, been having a great time. And Miami, man, it's nothing like it. Okay.
You gonna look at all these stocks people dropping?
Okay, yeah. Well, I was kind of on my own little tangent, so let's see.
You wanna get back
You did the Silver Trust, International Seaway. Did you do that? International Seaway for long term?
We up here. Miss Charlene, we didn't even do the QQQ.
Okay.
Because then you started talking about, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, what you saying?
Doing a little lesson. So, because this is time sensitive. People need information like now, not like later. Okay. But this is good. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, they appreciate it. But now,
I'm sure.
This buy signal on the QQQ came through at 10:30. Now it's 10:33.
Okay, so if you want my full-time attention.
Oh my gosh, but again.
If you want my full-time attention, buy hints, because that's where we put all the signals in. Give you a hint, okay? And the hint would have told you right there. What did the hint say?
The hint said.
The hint told you to buy the QQQ, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So
wait
I'm about to go on the Qs right now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So obviously we're already in a long position on the Qs in a swing trade, and then we're long on the Qs in our investment portfolio.
You're looking at some short-term options.
Got you. The 1 month is in a buy, 1 week is in a sell, 1 day is in a sell, 2 hour is in a sell, 1 hour is in a sell. So short term, 7, 14, 30 days, I would be sell side bias on there. And longer term, 1 week or longer for stocks, or maybe 60 days or longer for options, you could potentially be looking at a call when you get a quality area of support. But for the next 2, 7, 14 days, I will be sell side bias. Okay, that's the Qs off of that. Remember, trading, investing, personal, none of this is advice or recommendations.
But on the 1 minute chart, we do have a buy call. It's been in a buy call for the last 4 minutes, just FYI. If for a short term, if you're trying to do something real quick couple dollars.
Okay. Terry says international seaways. Okay.
It sounds like a boat.
Seaways. Speaking of boats, I'm going on that yacht today. I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to everybody going on the yacht. Okay, so INSW is not on my watch list, so I'm going to always start at the 1 month.
Is it a yacht company?
It is transportation, marine shipping. Okay, so went public around 2016, around $12. Reached an all-time high. It's at its all-time high literally right now, 52.54. On the 1 month, it did get a buy in August of 2023. That's when the baby cake was born. That's when Demi was born. All right, we had a sell side on the 1 week since April 8th. 1 day. Got a sale on Tuesday the 18th. The 2 hour is in a sale. Oh, the 2 hour, I'm sorry. The 2 hour is in a sale. The 1 hour is in a buy. So pretty mixed on that. I personally wouldn't trade it because of the mixed signals on all of the time frames. But that is the analysis that the algos have given. The 1 hour is in a buy, so the shorter time frames are probably in a buy. 2 hour, I will wait, until the 2 hour and maybe 2 hour and 1 day to start get some alignment. But that is that.
So Miss Lisa, who's here? Hey, we got to spend the day with her yesterday. It was really fun. She always writes these beautiful comments, intros. So when you see her yesterday. Good morning, Dion and Dom. How are you today? Pretty good. Thanks for asking. Hope all is well. It's I wasn't with her yesterday, but yes, it is well. Thank you for asking. I truly I'm truly enjoying my time here in Miami and meeting everyone in person. All right. Please look at AXP. So let's hop back over and see how AXP has been doing. AXP is American Express. Did you get in? No, you didn't get in. Yes, because we both forgot to get in, right? Yeah, we forgot to get in because we were like drinking by the pool and all that. I'm like, oh no, it's 4:10. Totally forgot to. I hate when that happens. Anyway, yes. So currently, American Express has actually gone up a little bit more than from the open. Remember, it was up about $7 around the open. I'm sorry. Shortly after the open, it was up about $7. We got that buy call signal that came and literally like when the market opened, it just like shot up. So it's currently up about $8.32. We also just received another buy call on it. Looks like it's kind of teetering a little bit, consolidating, but we did just get another buy call on it. So now it's up to $8.46 on the 1 minute chart. So obviously 1, 3, 5, 15 hour, all gonna be saying the same thing. As far as the day chart though, we also have a buy call on the day chart. So it looks like American Express is doing well. I know I've been swiping mine all week. So yeah, looks like the upside is still there for it. And like I said, we also just got another buy call on it. So yep.
All right, on the futures, crude oil, this is the same trade we've been in all morning, starting to go in our favor. We're up about $300 on that. Gold just entered into the game, its first trade of the day, and is trying to break even down like 2 or 3 ticks or so. Right now, unrealized, we're up 260. Realized, we're up 430. So net right now, we're up about $700, okay? On the futures, all right, let's see what else we got here in the chat.
Coretta says she likes my hair. So, thank you, Coretta. She'll see us on the next trip. Aurelia, are you here, Aurelia? No, okay. Read what Aurelia said.
Okay, well, Seesaw said, good point. I was scared until you analyzed it, okay?
You know what you're talking about?
Yeah, we just did SLV.
eBay.
Oh, you're talking about just for eBay, okay.
Curious.
All right.
If you knew.
Hard, what looks really nice. No, we cannot hear well, we can hear the audience here. We cannot hear anybody that's not here.
He was asking.
Oh, can they hear the audience?
Other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Aurelia said, or is adjusting stop losses only for options and trading premium? No, you can adjust your stop loss on, like right now, if you look at my screen, crude oil, we have it up 34 ticks, which is about $340, and we could see that this red line is my stop loss. So because my algorithms trade this fully autonomously, when it reaches 40 ticks, you will see the stop loss adjust and lock in 20 ticks, which means that it will lock in $200 in that trade, right? So you can do stop losses on stocks, bonds, options, futures, Forex, and crypto. Most platforms allow you to have a stop loss. If they don't, I wouldn't use it, right? So if your platform, whatever you're using to trade or invest, doesn't allow stop losses, go the other way, okay? And so we can see here on gold, right? This gold futures, this is the stop loss, right? So we're in a buy side trade, so we can see the stop loss says sell stop. If we were in a sell side trade, the stop loss would say buy stop. So no, whatever position you are in, stocks, bonds, options, futures, Forex, or crypto, you want to set your stop loss. Some platforms allow you to set the stop loss pre-trade, like TradingView allows you to set it before you put it in at the whole order. Some don't allow you to set it until after you get in. So that's a platform by platform thing, okay? All right. From Kimmy in the Discord, can we take a look at SPY? I'm seeing so many of my groups reference it, also on REITs on y'all radar. Yeah, we look at REITs, our real estate investment trust, and then also the SPY. So I could look at SPY. You want to talk about REITs after?
No.
No?
Because
Okay.
they want to know REITs on our radar. We talk about them in Wealth Demystified and Wall Street Academy.
Yes.
But you gotta be in the squad to get the REITs.
Okay, so we're up 36 ticks. Now oil just started to go in our favor. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oil did just break through, so now it's starting to go in our favor. And collectively now on these two, we're profitable almost $500, bringing us close to $1,000 for the morning session so far. All right, the spiders, SPY. So the reason why you're hearing about it in all your group chats is because the SPY is the S&P 500 ETF. It is the most popularly traded instrument on the entire planet. It is the number one, has the number one volume, number one trading all year, every year for umpteenth amount of years, okay? So that's why everybody talks about it. It's also known as a benchmark. So a lot of professional money managers like myself, they use, I don't use it, we use absolute returns, but they will use the benchmark returns of the SPY. So let's say if the SPY produced 7% returns this year, that would be the benchmark. So all benchmark managers or all retail traders will say, the SPY only made 7% this year, I did 10. So I outperformed the benchmark, okay? So everybody's looking, well, not everybody, but a lot of people, let's call it 95% of people, are looking at their daily, weekly, annual performance against the benchmark. Did I outperform the SPY? Okay, and that's where they will consider themselves successful or profitable for the year if they outperformed the SPY or the SPY plus inflation, right? Inflation is typically 3%. Let's say the SPY did 7%, so you needed to do like 10% returns to outperform, you know, those benchmarks plus inflation. Okay, SPY is on our watch list, so we'll just start out on the 1 week chart. It did get a sale at the top of this week. Now, here's another thing I wanted to show everybody, so I'm glad we had the chance to look at this. Obviously, we're long on the SPY, it's on our watch list. Also, I was long on SPY last week. But if we look at the 1 week chart, literally the SPY has been trending up since November 6th of last year, right? So when people see some selling going off in the market, they get very short-sighted. Like, what about the last 30 weeks when it's been trading up, right? But it's whatever goes up must come down, right? And whatever goes down must come up at some point. So
yeah, I feel like you're right. Like, I think everyone now is just completely just forgetting about all the goodness that the market has given us this year.
Literally, and like, for the whole quarter, all of Q1 was green.
Jeez, everybody right? have a bad week.
You got one bad week, you got one red week in portfolio, everybody shitting their pants. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? It's like the same thing. Like markets go up and markets go down, right? 20 weeks of up, you got 1 week of red right here in the last 20. All right?
And everybody running.
Everybody panicking. So, and this is why I was saying earlier, this is where the rich and wealthy are just sitting there licking their chops, because all these people that's panic selling and driving the price down, guess what they're doing?
We're like, thank you.
Yeah, for the long-term portfolio, right? The market is on sale, because do I think that the SPY is going to be $500 30 years from now? No. Right? So if I'm looking at it right now, I'm saying, oh, wow, this is a good sale.
Even a year or two from now.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So just want to give you, and this is why, especially with the watch list and especially stuff that's not on our watch list, we start with the longer time frames first and work our way down, because when you look at the longer time frame, it gives you a better idea of the bigger picture. Okay? All right. 1 day chart. And we can see it's been trending down since April 2nd. That was the beginning of the quarter, right? But we can see if we go to, let's look at January 1st, all right? So at the top of the year, January 2nd was the first trading day. At the top of the year, it was $472, okay? And even right now at the sell-off, it's $498. So still, in fact, it's still up $20 on the year, right? Since the beginning of the year. So yeah, it is in a sell-off, and it could potentially try to come back and fill this gap and come all the way back down to 472. It could do that. But even if it came all the way back down to 472, guess what it would be for the year? Even, right? So it still wouldn't even be, it has to literally go under 472 for it to be in a actual sale or red territory for the year. Okay, that's very, very important to understand. All right, the 2 hour is in a sale. So if I'm looking at a trade, I could say, okay, you know what? Hey, look, let me go in and potentially put on a sell side trade, because maybe for the next day, 7 days, 14 days, it might continue to trend down, and I could potentially ride the ride down. This is one of the things and one of the ways we're going to go over in the workshop later today, how to make money while the market is going down, because I can ride this ride. It is trending, right? It started selling off at 524, right? The real sale really kind of started happening at 523, and it's at 499. So that is a $25 drop. It has been selling, and we could potentially ride that ride down. Do I think it's going to go all the way to zero? No. Can I get paid off of it going down? Yes, right? And then if I make money off the trade of it going down, guess what I could do with some of those profits? I could take I could take a piece of that profit off the short-term trading and buy it for my investment portfolio. Okay? So SPY, short-term right now is in a sell-off. We can ride the ride down. All right? Speak it, Dion. Thanks, Carla. Okay. All right. Yeah, so we're doing a lot more teaching today, but if you want to learn from us, join the Wall Street Academy, 50% off just if you watch the Money Matrix, and then our Discord is free. You know, Discord is free, get in there, ask questions, be around like-minded individuals, et cetera, et cetera. Did you have an earning report joint you want to go over? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Waiting for the team has to send it to me.
Okay, cool. Thanks for the free nuggets, my pleasure. Darlene, you could talk. Oh, Athena already responded. Okay, cool. Athena be on it. Shout out to Athena. Okay, all right. So let's see where we at on our active trades. We did Apple, still up around only $39. Did we take? We didn't other stuff. We really didn't get in alignment. Okay, so I've been talking a lot more than trading today. But
has anyone gotten into any trades today? Yep.
Yeah, back in Netflix.
So you got back in Netflix? Okay.
Okay.
What month is this?
Going back and forth. So
Well, you bought enough time. That's 2 months
You
out.
got back in the pit side?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was up 334.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna lock in 100 because it keeps going back down to like 115. So I'm just kind of.
But why?
Yeah, it's like-
Why though? Why are you locking in $100? No. All right, let's clear this. Let's clear this out real quick.
Can't have it too tight.
You just bought 2 months of time. Right? You bought time to be right.
Why did you buy so much time? I'm just curious. In this short-term traders, I'm just curious.
Well, because I don't know when it's going to actually
Fall.
So there's a gap in the chart down, and I feel like if history repeats itself, there's a high probability that it's going to retrace and go back down.
Okay.
May not go all the way back down. I don't know when. So I'm buying time.
Right. Nobody knows the time. Nobody knows when. And we definitely don't want to make our decisions based on our feelings. So yes, you definitely want to do data. You definitely want to do high probability. My question was around why, if you bought 2 months, right? So this brings out a good point of, do you have a designated profit target for this? Just like you should have a designated stop loss. So your designated stop loss is, 1, I only am trading disposable income. 2, I'm only risking 5% of my available cash balance. 3, my stop loss for my option. How much did you pay to get into it? So you paid $2,785 to get into the trade, and your stop loss should be at what?
It's tax, so it's 20%. I haven't said it.
No, it's tax, so it's 50%. Okay, so 2,700, right? So you're looking at around 1,350, right? So your stop loss should be at 1,350. So if you're risking 1,350 and you have 2 months, if it went up $300 in your favor, but then you move the stop loss to $100, that means you just risked $1,300 to make $100.
That don't make
And you
sense.
had 2 months of time, right? That's fear.
Right. It is fear.
There's no data to adjust that stop loss. The reason that you see me adjust the stop loss was we went up $500, but in that trade, I only risked $100. Right?
That was on futures, right? I think.
No. It was
on-
Apple.
Oh, Apple.
I only risked $100. Oh, no, I'm sorry, Microsoft.
Okay.
I only risked $100. We up 500. So yeah, so now I'm gonna go ahead and lock in my 100. That means that I got 100% return on my risk. Now, if I lock in 200, I'm up 200%. Now I can let it ride, and then I can trail it by $100. But I only risked 100. You risked 2,700, or you risked 1,350 with your stop loss. So at a very bare minimum, I want to. And if you spent $2,700 on it, because you spent that much money, the moves are going to be a little bit more substantial. So you already made 350 in what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
You got 2 months, right? But it dropped, that it doesn't matter. So the thing is if you set your stop loss, that's what you said you was willing to risk. So if it dropped down, as long as it don't hit your stop loss, it don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? That's when y'all see me in the chart, I'm like, okay, all right, example. We were just looking at the SPY, right? I was long SPY from last week. I'm down $400. Okay. Because I already set my stop loss, right? So part of the reason that sometimes you all are nervous when the trade goes against you, one, because we don't like to lose, we don't like to see red on the chart, but you already said I was willing to risk 5%. So now, if you go in there, you start moving your stop loss and stuff, you've thrown off the whole numbers, and then fear starts to kick in. Because now you don't even know whether you did set the stop loss, you did moved it, it was up 200, and now you breaking all the rules because you just in there clicking buttons. And that's why you got to follow the step-by-step process. Hey, I'm only risking disposable income. That's the first emotional detachment away from the money. Because if I lose this $13.50, if you lose the $13.50, can you get back home?
Yes.
Well, I think she already bought a return flight, but.
Right? So it's obviously not affecting your life. You said it was disposable income. Now I'm able to emotionally detach away from the money. The second thing is, did you stick to the 5% rule? Cool. So now it really don't matter. Right? Because it's just money, it's just numbers, it's just capital, it's just risk. Right? And so this is why I'm explaining this and walking it through this. So I've already said it don't affect my life. I'm already sticking to the rule of 5%. And then now I know if I'm trading options, I'm not even risking that whole 5%. I'm not even risking the whole 1350 or the 2700. I'm only risking 1350. So now I've layered in 3 levels of risk management. So if it hit the 1350, we care about every penny, but I don't care because I've stuck to all the rules. If I win, cool. If I lose, cool. Because it's not, I didn't break the rule. It's not my rent money. It's disposable income. And now I can emotionally detach away from the money, which emotionally detaching away from the money also makes it easier for me to hold on to my win. Right? Because if it goes 375 in your favor, you go ahead, it hit the stop loss, you adjust it to $100, it gets stopped out, and then it goes on it. Now you're sitting there salty. Right? Exactly, because you're emotionally attached to it. So if you followed all your rules,
This Netflix trying to go up.
let it
I don't know
ride.
why you want to put something
Right? It's but she got 2 months. So
I know.
and she's saying whatever data she's seeing. Okay, so
Let me know how that turns out for you. I'm curious.
so that goes to the next point of
It's got another
if you
black
set
collar.
a stop loss, did you set a take profit?
Well, you can't.
No. Number.
Oh, I
You
know.
set a stop loss number. Okay. So did you hit your take profit number?
No.
So why did you adjust the stop loss?
But now you
You see what I'm saying?
You should
It got to be
check it.
data. It has to be a data-driven reason. For once I get in the trade, I've done all the analysis prior to get into the trade, right? I predefine my risk. I predefine my stop loss and take profit. So if I risk 1350 and I have a minimum of a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio, right? That's what you always hear us say, a minimum of 2-to-1. So the first time I should adjust my stop loss for this trade would be what? It would be the 2750. Why would it be the 2750? Because how much did you actually risk? Nope. You originally risked the 2765, but because it's a tech option, you're only risking how much? 50%. So 50% at a 2-to-1 risk to ratio means that if I'm risking 1350, then how much do I want to make for 2-to-1? 1350 times 2. So the first time I touch my thing, it needs to be $2,600 into profit. Yes. So when it goes $2,600 into profit, then I can either, Why? If it's going $2,600 in your favor and it's trending, what I can do is I can adjust my stop loss and I can either lock in $13.50. So now what do I have? I have 100% return on my risk. So I can't lose no money. So if it goes to $26.50 and I lock in $13.50, why get out at $26.50? Because it might go to $10,000. You see what I'm saying?
And you have 2 months.
And you got 2 months. This is why I'm saying this is why the data, this is why we make data-driven decisions. We make data-driven decisions to get in, we make data-driven decisions to get out. Because part of not riding the ride is also psychologically affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? It's not closing the psychological feedback loop. Then you keep second guessing yourself. Damn, I should have did, or I should have.
That's where my head is at.
Right? This is why we just always break it down to simple, methodical, math-driven rules. If you just stick to the math, you give yourself a high probability chance of getting out of your emotions, emotionally detaching from the money.
So with that being said,
yes, free game, YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, y'all getting all the free game.
With that being said, it is 10:57. And so it is time for Dion to keep it a buck, although he has been for the past hour and a half.
Definitely just keep it a buck right there.
And do you have any other bucks?
Would you?
No,
I got plenty of those.
I'm just here for the sunshine. Okay.
Okay, so yes, we'll do a keep it a buck. Everybody in the chat is enjoying it. Yes, doing the math in there. I love it. Enjoying
the free game in person.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
Just remember, it's 10:58. Y'all gonna be with us all day.
Yes.
So
okay, so we'll go ahead and go into our keep it a buck segment for today. Ready? This one?
Camera 2.
Okay.
All right. There we go.
So our keep it a buck for today.
What you got?
Man, I literally just had it.
Nothing.
No. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Showing up. All right. So first and foremost, shout out to everybody here that showed up in the audience, right? So in life, a third of your life decisions are really just showing up, right? Because a lot of people don't show up. So you definitely cannot win the game if you are not in the game. You definitely can't get that job that you want, that car you want, that house you want, that partner you want if you don't show up. You need to show up in general. You need to show up every day. And you need to show up. How does that work for trading and investing? Obviously, if you're not learning, if you're not in the market, if you're not trading or investing, then you're not going to be able to win that game, right? So I want to give a shout out to everybody that showed up today. And then also, like, we haven't announced or we don't know when we're going to do these next things, right? So everything in life is expanding, it's growing, it's fleeting. So if you don't take advantage of that opportunity, it may be gone and it may not come again, right? The one thing about opportunity is it's going to keep on moving until somebody seizes it, okay? So showing up is the keep it a buck for today. Show up for yourself, show up for your family, show up for your portfolio, and show up for your trading and investing, okay? So that is our keep it a buck for today, is just showing up in life. And then once you show up, you got to take action, okay?
Now that's a lesson.
For sure. All right. So thank you guys for tuning in for the show today. We're going to show up in this lunch and learn. We're going to show up in this workshop.
Yeah, I know I'm hungry.
And we definitely going to show up for that sunset yacht. So,
yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Love, life, peace, wealth, great health, and abundance to each of you guys. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Monday through Friday. And we'll see you when we see you.
Bye-bye.
Peace.